Hey guys, this is Hello Awesome with another daily dose of awesome. Now, I'm kind of borrowing this idea from another YouTuber named Nutarella. She did a top 5 anime crushes. I'm going to take it a few steps further and do a top 10 anime crushes. This guy is class president. He is super strong, super smart, super athletic, super perfect. He also gets on Hikari's nerves. He is Kei Takashima from Special A. Now, Special A is an anime about a bunch of high school kids that are an elite group in their high school because they get the best grades, best athletic, best looks, and they're all in one group. Hikari and this guy, Kei, are in the same group. He actually is really into her, but she hates his guts because she wants to beat him someday. And she's completely oblivious to his feelings because, you know, him and Hikari's relationship develops, and you see him. He's also super rich, which is kind of like a little bit of, like a little sprinkle on the cake of perfectness that is him. It's also got a really sad backstory, you know, with his family and his life, but he is just the most charming guy, on this list. So now, coming in at number 9, he is from another world, so to speak. He is like the Great Gatsby, in which he actually is pretending to be something he's not, to not win the love of his life, but win some money. Edgar. He is J.C. Ashenbert from Hakasuka to Yose. Translation, the Earl and Fairy. He finds her, and she's a fairy doctor, and he asks for her help to find the treasure of the Earl so he can prove that he's the real Earl, when actually he's a thief, and his 2 butlers are 2 professional thieves, and they're a band of thieves that are trying to steal the treasure from the real Earl's descendant, or something to that extent. And eventually you see his relationship with one of his servants develop. You know, she's kind of his true love, and they've made promises to each other. There's a whole lot going on between them. So you see like a character development. You also see that they were slaves before they were thieves, and they've had a really tough life. He is coming in at number 8. Soul Evans from Soul Eater. Soul Evans is Maka's, you know, death scythe, and they go to Death Academy, and pretty much he wants to become the next Shinigami scythe, and he has to accumulate a certain number of souls, and he's struggling with his inner demons. He's got a lot going on inside him, and his partner Maka is there to save him and help him, and he helps her. And you can see that he's a jerk, but he's a really cool jerk that cares a lot about his friends and would literally risk it all for them anytime. So he's really amazing, and honesty in the awkward situations he gets into, because he has a comedic side where he just gets into these awful situations and Maka catches him, and they're not even dating, but it looks so bad. I'm gonna give you a hint with this guy. He's got dirty blonde hair, blue greenish eyes, and he's super tall, and he would risk it all for you. If you haven't guessed yet, it is Takumi Isui from Kawachu wa Maid-Sama, or Maid-Sama for short. And he's very much a slacker. But when he finds out the president's secret that she's actually working part-time at a maid cafe, he doesn't tell. He doesn't ruin her life. He actually visits her daily at the maid cafe and ends up getting a job there as a chef. And the interesting part is he kind of starts off as a jerk because he gets caught for rejecting a girl and hurting her feelings deeply. And the president, who he now develops a thing for, reprimands him for being such a jerk to that poor girl. And he literally saves her butt most of the time. He's really smart. He's got a lot of demons, of course. He's brooding. A lot of brooders on this list. From Koyuka no Rine. So he is Rine. I'm just going to call him Rine for short. He has orange hair, or he's a redhead, and he's got golden eyes, and he's half human, half death god. And he kind of has a relationship going on with our main female heroine, Sakura Miyami, who's been able to see ghosts since she was a child. I love it because it's from one of my favorite mangikas, Ratimo Takahashi. She got me into manga and anime when I was younger. So I really love this guy. He's sweet. He's reserved, and he's trying to pay off his debt that his dad keeps racking up from the Shinigami company. While also going to school, and he's very poor, so you tend to feel a little bit sorry for him, but he is strong-willed. He's not gonna just lay down and take it. He's very tough and resourceful, and I respect him. I've developed a crush on him because, I don't know, all these things just culminate in, like, the fields of my heart. I want to help him like Sakura. Short, he's got dirty blonde hair and golden eyes, if you haven't figured it out yet. Edward Elric! Coming in at number 5, Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist. Basically, the Elric brothers are trying to reset what they did, to repair the fact that Edward got his brother's body lost when he tried to transmute something when they were younger to bring back their dead mother. So basically now they're trying to figure out a way to get their body back, because he needs his arm and leg back while his brother needs his entire body back. And Edward is really tough. Again, he's another tough guy, but he's funny because he hates being called short, but he has these moments of clarity where he's so deep and he's lost in thought, and he's got a whole heap of messes with his father, because the family dynamic is messed up. Him and his brother, it's really only them. They work for the state as alchemists, and they hunt down homunculi. And there's a girl named Winry from their childhood who wants to be the best automail mechanic there is in the world. But man, I love him because he doesn't take himself too seriously, but when he fights, he will fight to the bitter end. That is his creed. Alright, so that is number 5, Edward Elric. Coming in at number 4 is a very controversial guy. Let's forget for a second. Right? Like the ocean type. Is Ikuto Tsukuyomi from Shogo Chara or Sango Chara. Anakokoro, unluck. I totally am ruining this. But yeah, he is from Sango Chara, and he is you'd think he's on the bad side because they make those little cat. He plays the violin beautifully. And honestly, his character is deep, and he's precocious like a cat. He literally just does things on impulse. He even breaks into Amu's house on impulse. Narumi from Spiral, Bonds of Reasoning. He is basically trying to find out who killed his brother and why. The only words that he knows to look for are blade children. Now, he is very insecure about his detective skills. He's not sure of himself sometimes, and quite frankly, he doesn't want anybody to get hurt. So he's a very in-tune character with himself. He knows the risks, but he's willing to take them to find out what happened to his brother and what's the meaning behind blade children. He has brown hair, brown eyes, and he's so cute. I love the spiky hair. It's kind of crazy of a hairstyle. Kind of reminds me of Yugi Moto's hairstyle a little bit from, Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was a kid. It's crazy. So that's number 3. Ayumu Narumi from Spiral, Bonds of Reasoning. Alright, now we're coming up to the last 2. Aren't you excited? I'm excited. I'm super excited. This should be obvious. I hate myself, but it's Inuyasha from Inuyasha. He's a half demon with dog ears, and he's got long white hair. He's wearing a samurai kimono. He's got the tatsaiga, and he is deeply in love with a dead woman, and kind of in love with her ancestor. Ooh, creepy. And he doesn't know which one he wants, so he always goes in between the two, causing one harm and the other jealousy, so there's never really any assurance. By the way, Inuyasha has ended, and he does end up with Kagome. Major spoiler there. Thank you, God, but also boo, because he kind of ends up with her because Kikyo dies. and he says goodbye, and they have this like last parting kiss, and they're crying, and it's sad. But honestly, yes, he ends up with Kagome, and he fights for her, and they get separated for a while, so you have to watch that kind of agony going on, which is hurtful to watch because I love Inuyasha. I really do. I hate myself for it because he doesn't know which one he wants, and it's Reynolds, aka L from Death Note. I don't know what it is about the reclusive genius detective that I find so intriguing. I mean, seriously, there are 2 detectives on this list. Maybe I just want to date a detective or something, because L stole my heart. He loves sweets. He loves being a total weirdo. He's not normal. Seriously, he's completely strange as all hell. He has no social graces. He was a reclusive shut-in most of his life, and he's kind of an ass because he only takes cases that he has a personal stake in. Otherwise, he won't take a case. But he's smart, he's resourceful, and he nearly catches Light, except Light kind of uses a cop-out and kills him. By the way, another spoiler, he dies, but which broke my heart. I cried so many fangirl tears. It was painful when I saw them kill L, and when he closed his eyes, I was like, no, no, L, anything but L. Why did you have to kill L? Oh, because at the beginning of the show, you think, hey, Light Yagami is going to be a cool guy, he's going to save the world, and he becomes like a creepy Hitler dictator of evil. Great. And then you meet L, this reclusive genius detective that he cracks the uncrackable cases. He finds the killers that nobody thought to look for or where. He sees the clues that somebody forgot to look at. He's just this amazing human being with this amazing IQ that literally can beat Lights. I think he's in his 20s, and he is just fantastic. I mean, I love it. He doesn't wear shoes, and he barely ever goes outside. So that's interesting, and he always wears the same outfit, you know, a long white sleeve shirt and denim jeans. I love him for his sweet tooth, for his crazy kind of attitude. Basically his weirdness is what attracted me to him, and those cute faces he makes. And for some reason, that creepy face he makes when he says, you know, makeup commercial where it's like, Misa, a touch of love, you know, where like she's pointing to his lips, to her lips, and he's just like licking it. For some reason, I thought that was hot. It was one of the weirdest moments of my life, because I'm like, he's being a perv. That's not hot. That's gross. Ew, stop yourself. Yeah, I love L. So, number 1 on my list is Lolette Reynolds from Death Note, aka L. I love you and I miss you so much. Oh, L saves the world, guys. I miss you so much. And that was my top 10 anime crushes, guys. Seriously, since I was a kid, these guys were just on my radar. I might do a top 10 manga crushes, because there was a lot of guys that didn't get to make my list. So expect to see that soon. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's all I have to tell you, so awesome out.